While the phrase growing green might sound like something that is good for the environment, a new study has found indoor cannabis production is generating environmental concerns. CTV science and technology expert Dan Riskin joins us for another edition of This Week in Science. Dan, nice to see you this morning.
Good to see you.
Okay, I want to walk our viewers through this study from Colorado where cannabis was legalized in 2014. So it found growing a kilogram of cannabis produces between 2,500 and 5,000 kilograms of carbon emissions, and growing cannabis creates 30% more carbon emissions in Colorado than coal mining. So what part, Dan, in particular of cannabis production is really bad for the environment?
Yeah, let's just get that in context. So 5,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide per kilogram of dried flowers of marijuana. Compare that to corn, where instead of 5,000, the number is 0.5. So it's a huge number. It's like 10,000 times worse than corn. And so obviously that's generating a lot of concern. Now, it depends where you grow it. California is the state that generates the least carbon dioxide per kilogram. Hawaii is the worst. And it all comes down to electricity. And it depends where you are for what that electricity gets used for. If you're in a place like Florida, you're trying to make the air humid so your plants can grow. In Alaska or Chicago, obviously you're doing heating, also some cooling in the summer. And then there's other stuff like transportation and waste and grow lights and all that. But really, it all comes down to electricity.
Okay, so what changes could be made to help reduce emissions, both farmers, by them, and the governments as well?
Well, one thing is that there's a lot of red tape to move marijuana around. You can't take it across state lines. So there's this problem that people have to grow it in the places where it's being sold. And so that another option is to just take it outside. If you weren't growing it indoors, the estimation is that it would drop 96%. That's 96% would if you just took it outside.
Take it outside. What are your biggest concerns when you look ahead to the future of this industry?
Well, I think public perception of the marijuana industry is really interesting. I mean, people think of marijuana as, like there's this hippie on Salt Spring Island with some pot plants in their garden and they're hooking you up at a Tame Impala concert. But
for example,
that's not what it is. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry led by big corporations that are fighting over profits. And so we have to sort of think about it this way and think about the concerns. And, because it's been legalized, there's a lot of research happening now into the health concerns. And that's really great. We know now that marijuana does different things to developing brains of young people than it does to adults. So that's great. We're getting that information now. We can act on it. And now this other piece is just to see what the environmental impacts are and try to improve those so that we can move forward and grow it sustainably.
And what are you growing behind you? What's that plant?
That's like an aloe plant, my wife's plant. I have no idea what it is. I tried to smoke it, nothing happened. So.
You're probably not the first and certainly not the last to try that. All right, Dan, always good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.